Rjticharts. Why do fund money managers think that Sndk and Stx are not to have a 30% decline, if not more? And here's our gold, silver, platinum revision. It seems impossible that these great companies are to have a fall from grace at some point. But it is inevitable that a 30% decline, if not more, is built into the deck of cards for STX and Sndk. We understand you're saying hogwash, possibly. That's fine. But many thought this way when we told that Gartner was to fall from grace while 98% of fund money managers were bullish IT at the time. We warned not to buy above $360 a share. And we put out our sell signals at $536.56 and $498.50, and Gartner plummeted to a low of $139.18, losing roughly $25 billion in market capitalization. We forewarned of this to come late 2023 and 2024. And again, most analysts were bullish. We also signaled that Netflix was to drop May 2025 and again later on in year 2025. Our sell signals, $129.50 and $120.51. And again, this was against the bulls. And as of February the 25th, 2026, Netflix low is $75.01. So, if one thinks we're blowing smoke about Sndk and Stx, we respect your opinion. But we forewarn you against the idea of not considering what we're saying too. Because we think you are going up against some of the most sophisticated algorithms on Wall Street. And although they could be wrong, we don't think what they are telling us is going to be wrong. Time just has to reveal what today's probabilities are that can become the possible reality the tomorrow. Okay, let's talk precious metals. Since 2016, when we first forecast $3,000 gold, $75 silver, $3,000 platinum targets, and then our revisions up to $5,000 an ounce gold, which was our last revisions on 2/5/2026 at 11:32 a.m. We revised up to targets 5,800 to 6,350 gold, which is still our objective, and the equivalent would be silver at $150. Silver already came close to hitting our $125 target. And platinum at $3,000 base case scenario, or maybe even more, $3,250 to $3,365. That was on February the 5th, 2026, we revised. Yet, we feel strongly now that we've done an inaccurate assessment. And we're revising our targets for precious metals even higher as of 2/26/26. What, you think Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase, BlackRock, others, gurus on Wall Street, or Jim Cramer, Josh Brown, Kathy Woods can debate our assessment as if we're nuts? Well, what do we know that's a fact? Not one of them had our $3,000 gold target, $75 silver target, platinum $3,000 target we sent out in years 2016 and 2017. We were 7 to 8 years ahead of them because of our algorithm findings, which is a fact. And by the way, we think that the majority of fund money managers who tell you everything is fine don't have a clue as to what's coming around the corner. We saw in 2019, and we told you what were great possibilities for a black swan for year 2020. And did you not see it unfold? Not one of the others mentioned can make such a claim that they forecast the year 2020 pandemic before it unfolded. So here's our revisions, which also factors in that a gray swan or a black swan theory has a high probability of unfolding too. Our precious metal target revisions are gold, $6,500 to $8,000, silver, $200 to $250, platinum, $4,000 to $4,500. Also, keep in mind that if you're going to trade the futures and options market, you must understand the risk that's involved in it. Okay, in summary, STX and Sndk rise must give up some of its gains. And we think it's at least 30% according to our algorithms. So if you look at this chart here, time holds our truth based off of the yellow line and the blue line. We think that trade is going to move back in that area. And then for Sndk, most would say that this trading range is impossible, and we say the more you press the stock higher simply means greater pain for those who enter now. As you can see, our targets is the yellow line and the blue line. Time holds all truth.
It is easy to see the trees that make up the forest, and it's even easier to see the forest that's made up of trees, but it is not so easy to see behind the forest. Get your Ramo today. Rjticharts.com, driven by infinity wisdom and its proprietary trading systems.